Hi guys, and welcome to the Guitar Fundamentals section. And in this first part, we're just going to look at the real basics of how to hold a guitar, basically. So we're going to look today at how to hold an acoustic, and next time how to hold the electric. I'm sure you've got one of the two. And in terms of holding the acoustic, it's really quite simple. The main thing is that you create a kind of raised platform with your leg. Okay, so if you're a right-handed person and you hold the guitar like most people, so in this respect, then you're going to want to bring your right leg upwards to create a platform for you to put the guitar on, basically. So we can all see that this kind of curve in the guitar is on every single acoustic guitar that you'll find. You will not find one without a curve here, because that's what's supposed to go over your leg. Okay, so what really helps with that is to get some kind of stool. So we can hopefully see that I'm sitting on a stool which has got a raised kind of bar at the bottom of it, which allows me to just put my foot up on it and then create a raised platform. Okay, so that's your first step. You just want to get the acoustic with this part of it just onto the leg like that. If you don't have a stool like that, so a guitar stool or a bar stool or kitchen stool or whatever you want to use that has a raised little leg at the bottom, then you can always use a specifically designed footstool, for the guitar. You can get those which just raise up the leg, or alternatively, and this isn't the best scenario, but it's a possibility, you can just literally cross the legs over like that. Okay, and obviously on any stool that will work, and that will give you a raised right leg, so that you've got it nice and upright. Okay, now this isn't ideal because over time, over 10 minutes, this is going to start to get really uncomfortable, whereas this is much more natural and will feel right, basically. So that's the main thing. Remember, if you're left-handed, so if your guitar is kind of this way round, then of course everything applies vice versa. So you've got to put your left leg up and put it on the left leg, and so on. Okay, so that's the first bit. Okay, now secondly, you're going to want to kind of balance it with your right arm. Okay, so you can see here I'm not touching the fretboard at all with my left hand. Okay, we'll get to that in the next set of courses and how to obviously play it, but for now this hand, this arm, this shoulder should hold the top of the guitar. So this is a kind of medium-sized acoustic guitar, and you can see even with a medium size, my shoulder's right up here. Okay, it's going to be different on the electric. It's going to feel a lot smaller, but for most acoustics and normal kind of beginner acoustic stuff, you're going to have the arm up here like this. Okay, and what you're aiming for is that one, it's balanced, so you've got it right back here kind of on the arm, and then when you just lean, you kind of just rest your hand, it should be resting on the strings. Okay, so you can see the forearm is coming all the way down here, and I'm just resting my right hand on the string. So it's a very natural place to be. So if I started strumming or playing single notes, I'm in a natural position. Okay, so if you're way back here or right down here, then you need to adjust that so that that's the position you're in. Okay, it will be a little different on different sized acoustic guitars, but like I said, this is a medium one, so most of you will be working with something like this. Okay, then with the combination of those two things, so imagine that you've kind of got a bit of a vice situation going on. You've got your right leg or left leg if you're left-handed, holding it up from this side. You've got your shoulder and your arm holding it on this side, and the guitar should feel pretty stable. Okay, the only other thing is just try and sit up as straight as possible. It gets quite tricky with the acoustic when you're first learning, because when you're looking down at it from this height here, you can't see what you're doing very easily. So you're going to want to kind of, you're going to be tempted to kind of do that almost to try and see what you're doing. But try and stay in this position and get used to kind of looking over like this when you're going to come and do chords and various different tunes on the guitar. Okay, but if you can, try and sit up straight, arm over like that, and get used to that position. The guitar should feel nice and stable. So that's the basics for holding an acoustic guitar. Just spend 5 minutes just trying to get really comfortable with it. If you already know a couple of chords or anything, then try and play through those as well, just to check that you're reasonably comfortable with it. And next time, we'll look at how to hold the electric guitar.